Hello everybody, welcome to Robert's Train Set. These trains running for a reason. As you saw in the title, I got a big thank you to say, and you'll hear what that's about in a little while. But I've got these on because these are my original trains that I started with 3 years ago. And I sort of built the railway up for a year, and then I did YouTube videos, which was maybe the wrong way to do it, but there we are, that's the way I did it. So what you can see here is what I really almost started with. I did have a few other bits, but I didn't put them on. So I thought I'd put these on. Now the A1 on Accord, that's no sound in it now because I've made it just to run because it's a problem, but it's running all right here. And obviously the little Barclay shunter goes a bit quick. And obviously I haven't got all the sound and the lights on in the 47, which it is capable of now doing. And of course my Ginty, you know, which doesn't actually work now, but that's the one I started with. Well, hello everybody, I hope you can see me all the way over here. I just wanted to get a bit of the layout in. So why am I doing this? Funny things to have running round, aren't they? I've got my 1,000 subscribers, so I thought I'd better do this to really thank everybody, past and present. And obviously some at the beginning don't always stay, but you know, it gets you on the road. And I obviously must mention Alan at Dragon Junction for his sort of how can I phrase it, my little boost up at the beginning, because I don't think I would have ever got here without him. I'm quite happy, and I shall carry on doing videos as I've been doing. So I hope you can stay with me. Enjoy the comments, and just having contact with people, because you know, I live by myself, Christmas all by myself, Boxing Day all by myself, the lockdown number 4 here, can't even go swimming, so a bit of a shame. I hope you'll enjoy what I do in future. I'd like to take this opportunity, albeit slightly late, to wish you all a very, very merry new year. And let's hope it's a lot better than the last one that we had. So now we're getting to the bit on the HO train, and I'll show you that. Cheers everybody. Cheers. Bye. See you later on. Well, here we are with the inevitable parcel, again from Hornby this time. Minimal packing, still rattled around in the box a bit, and this was what was in it. And as you can see, it's a nice looking box. So as you can see from the photos, there's 4 carriages in the box, nice livery. And I don't speak Italian unfortunately, but it is a fast train set. And this was the back of the box, and there's this little brochure in the lid of the box, which unfortunately is all in Italian, but there's a hell of a lot of information, certainly more than a load more than I got with the actual locomotive that you saw on that picture. So they all came in their own plastic boxes, quite nice boxes with a lid. They're obviously slightly beveled. And there they are on the top, and I'll show you the individual ends. So the Epoca 3, I think, is Era 3. So Era 3, same as the loco really. And anybody that can interpret the ends of these for us, I'd be very grateful, I would. So these are first class, and another first class. So we'll now have a closer look at these carriages that's come. And I'll compare the HO, which these are, to a 00 carriage, and we'll see, you know, the difference in size. I'll also bring in the loco and show you that as well. So I hope you'll enjoy that. Cheers everybody, see you in a minute. So I hope you enjoyed seeing the unboxing and that. I try and do it as quickly as I can because it's not my favourite video format. So before me on the table that used to be Robert's train set, and this is actually the first time I've had the table extended since I took the railway off it. So in front of me we've got the 646 FS locomotive that I've introduced you to before, and splayed out nice and neatly behind it is the new set of carriages that I bought. And as you saw, it's all in Italian, so I don't have an awful lot of information on these, but I just want to show you some close-ups of them. So I'll take some pictures with my other camera, my still camera, just to show the detail on them. And the other thing I just want to do with this little segment is just to compare them with some 00 carriages. Now you can't actually see them at the moment, they're off to the side, but I've got a Mark 1 carriage, I believe it's a Mark 2 carriage, and I've also got the Mark 3 from the HST set, and I just want to compare them. Now the thing I do know about these Continental carriages is they were sort of around about, you know, between the 50s and 60s, I would think. So if you go back and think how old these carriages are, you know, it's quite amazing the way they look, to be honest. Yes, we know that Continental carriages always look different, but that's fine. That's what makes the world go round. Differences in design and choice. So let's go to the nitty-gritty of this little bit of the segment, and I'll get you some stills of these carriages. Okay, everybody, cheers. So here we have a bogie of the second class carriages. This is one end, and on the other side it's a bit different, isn't it? I would say they're not particularly detailed. I do think the doors and all the bits around and the steps are really well detailed. This is inside, it looks fairly well modelled, and I do really like the ends of the carriages with the corridor connection, and I really think these look superb, absolutely superb. So you can just about see inside the compartment, and they've actually got headrests and everything, so it's pretty good. These I assume are air vents, and they're really well detailed, as you can see. So this is the underside of the carriage. You can see it's quite a bit of detail there, albeit all moulded. Now this is the baggage carriage, and again it's very well detailed, and the sliding door. I think they could have had a bit of a gap around the sliding door to show it will slide. This was interesting. You can see light through one of these windows, but if you look at the one on the left, you can't. It seems to be masked off. This is inside where the doors, behind the doors, and that's quite well done. And this is all the writing, which is readable. It is very, very small though, and I thought it was quite good. I do think that the post there looks a little bit not quite in line, not quite level, but it might be me. So again, the doors are pretty good. So the top of the post carriage doesn't have any detail. Perhaps it didn't have any detail. This is the underside of it, quite a lot of detail there. This is the underside of our 00 carriages, so yeah, pretty good. They use obviously the Continental couplings, which you can see here, and it's differently mounted, although it has got the NEM pocket, as you can see. So now going on to the size differential between 00 and HO, and if you didn't know, HO is at a scale of 1/87th and 00 is at a scale of 1/76. So if you, as I found in the information on the computer, that the 646 is 60 feet long, and you do the calculations to work out the different scales, this locomotive in 00 scale would be about 1.2 inches longer. Now, I haven't got a locomotive that's exactly right, but the nearest one to it, as you can see behind, is our English 37 in 00 scale. And if you look at the right hand end, you can see a tape there, and that is in line with the buffers of the 646, and it's a little bit longer to the buffers of the 37, which works out at about, I would say, 1.3 inches. So it's a bit too much, but not much more. So that's the difference in scale in the length. Now, obviously the height and the width would be in the same proportion. So if I relocate the camera to go in line, we'll have a look. So apologising for the lack of light, the window behind does not help. You can see that actually both these locos are almost the same height. Now, I suspect in real life the 646 would be taller than the 37. But there isn't a lot in it, is there? So it doesn't look out of place, I would say. So this is a picture in that superb booklet that I got with the coaches, which of course I can't understand because it's all in Italian, which is a shame. But as you can see, here we have my locomotive with these carriages, and they seem over in the continent to put the baggage carriage between the locomotive and the carriages, the passenger carriages, whereas we tend to have them maybe at the back, don't we? So a bit different. This is a really nice booklet that came with the carriages, and if it had been in English then it would have been very interesting, I think, to read, because there's an awful lot of history in it by the look of it. It would have been nice to get something like this with the actual locomotive, wouldn't it? So just to finish this section off, here we have the second class carriage from the new set. And coupled to it, next to it, as we'll see in a moment, is the HST carriage. Now you can see that there is definitely a discrepancy in height, and the wheels all look a lot smaller, don't they? But not drastic. And if we go to the other end of the carriage, I've got the Mark II British Rail and also the Mark I, and they actually seem to be more in line, don't they? Or not as obvious, shall we say. So I would be happy to run these with a British locomotive, I think. I don't think they would look completely out of place. They look different, but not completely out of place, I would say. So as you can see, if the colour schemes were the same, or rather the colours were the same, these would look pretty good, wouldn't they? You can see with a close-up that it is a bit out, isn't it? So just to finish off in this part, did I have any problems with these quite expensive models, both the locomotive and the carriages? I did have a bit break off of the locomotive, which I have managed to glue back, and when I first took the carriages out of the packaging that you saw, 3 of them were lovely. I put them on the rails and they just glided beautifully. The last one, which was a first class, it appeared to work all right on a straight bit of track,
But when I tried to take it over a point, it would just derail. One of the bogies at the back would just derail every time. And on further investigation, I did find that there was a bit of the detail. I don't know whether it had not been trimmed properly or whatever, and that was actually catching on the underside of the body when the bogie turned, you know, at a reasonable angle. So I did have to sort of sort that out. So not completely trouble-free, but nevertheless, they do run beautifully on the layout, as you will see in the next bit, which is basically a bit of a running session featuring this train. So I hope you've enjoyed this, and am I happy I bought this? I am, yes. I think it's something different. It gives you something else to do a film on, and I suppose if you take it to its absolute conclusion, I will have to get another HO train to run on one of the other tracks, won't I? But we'll have to see. But I can assure you it won't be the HO scale big boy, because I think that would look ridiculous on my layout. So cheers everybody. So I hope you enjoy a little bit of running at the end of this. And as I said at the beginning, I wish you all a merry, happy new year. And let's hope with this extra vaccine that's now come on stream, we can really get this virus to retreat. That's what we all need, isn't it? Okay, everybody, cheers.
you've enjoyed this. And just at the end here, I'll do a bit where it didn't go quite to plan. I was trying to follow the trains round with my camera car when we had a little bit of a whoopsie. So cheers everybody, cheers, thanks for watching, bye.